Today's Chiefs Mailbag is sponsored by Mint Mobile, the new cell phone provider owned by actor Ryan Reynolds that offers cell phone plans starting at $15 per month. Listen, I'm trying to save money anywhere I can right now. Mint Mobile has helped me do that. Go check them out, mintmobile.com/chatsports, mintmobile.com/chatsports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Let's answer some questions. Richard Martin, what do you think the final wide receiver depth chart will look like? Well, here's the depth chart right now, and again, this is kind of my depth chart. It feels kind of positionless right now where I don't know if you have a true number 1, 2, whatever, but Juju, Valdez-Scantling, Hartman, and Sky Moore. I dropped Sky Moore down a bit because he missed some of the offseason stuff, but he's back and healthy with the chance to move up. Josh Gordon's in the mix. Justin Ross is hurt right now. Cornell Powell in the mix. Darius Fountain, Justin Watson in there as well. It's hard to say. I do think those top 4 guys will all make the roster for sure. After that, I think it's purely competition. Mike Tilson, I see the Chargers as the biggest AFC West challenge. Thoughts? Yeah, I would go Chargers 2, Broncos 3, Raiders 4. I'd probably rank it like that, but even the Raiders are going to be competitive after adding Devontae Adams. That offense is going to be nice. So all 4 teams should compete, but I do think the Chargers, with Justin Herbert entering year 3, are the biggest threat to Kansas City. Finjunity, are y'all's defense taking any steps back or forward? I guess if you're a Dolphins fan, you're asking about the Chiefs. I'll be honest, I didn't love the lack of moves the Chiefs made this offseason on defense. They restructured Frank Clark, kept him, didn't add any more pass rushers, drafted George Karlaftis, sure. I like the addition of Trent McDuffie as well, but didn't add a ton. So, you're hoping some guys play better. Justin Reed, of course, the big addition. He should help, but you lost Tyrann Mathieu, so that's kind of a wash. But we'll see. Steve Spagnuolo, I think, enters this season on kind of a mild seat. I wouldn't say a hot seat, but his defense has to play better this year. Seat. How many sacks for the rookie out of Purdue, George Karlaftis, this year? I mean, if you got like 5, wouldn't you be pretty happy for a rookie? I know he's a first rounder, but late in the first round. If you got 5, maybe 6 sacks out of him, I think that'd be a pretty productive season. Aaron Hudson next up, #Chiefs. What grade do you give our backfield? Will they be impactful? I mean, look, you've got some depth there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you're hoping he's ready in year 3 to have a bigger role. Ronald Jones, I think, is a nice addition. You brought back Jarrett McKinnon. Isaiah Pacheco is a name to watch at training camp. So, yeah, I think it's a B minus room. You got some good depth there. You don't have any true superstars, but I think you got 3 or 4 different guys that you can work in there. MDB 2006 with a super chat. Who would you rather pair with Pat, a prime Priest Holmes or a prime Jamaal Charles? This is a good question. I think I would lean Jamaal Charles because the breakaway speed is just too impressive, and he caught the football really well. Priest could do that as well, but not at the same efficiency. I like both these guys. Priest Holmes, a little bit more of a physical runner, but that breakaway speed of Charles giving you another home run threat, that would have been fun with Patrick Mahomes. The Schaff, will CEH have the starting role all year if he can stay healthy? If he's healthy and productive, I expect him to be the starter, but he hadn't always been healthy. He hadn't always been productive. So I think he'll start the season as the starter, but I think the Chiefs, as they have the past couple of years, will use a rotation, and they will not be afraid to lean on someone else if it comes down to it. Before we get to some more questions, appreciate Mint Mobile for sponsoring today's Chiefs Report. They offer unlimited talk and text, which most cell phone providers actually don't these days. If they do, you got to pay a ton. At Mint Mobile, plans starting at $15 per month on the largest LTE 5G network. A cool thing about Mint Mobile, too, is free mobile hotspot. A lot of providers, you can get onto the mobile hotspot, but after you use a gig or so, it just starts charging you like crazy. That is not the case with Mint Mobile, so that's very, very nice. Unlimited premium wireless plan starting at just $15 per month. Go to mintmobile.com/chatsports. This is owned by actor Ryan Reynolds. He signs off on it, and hey, prices are going up. Your cell phone bill can come down $15 per month. Go check it out, mintmobile.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments. It is in the description of this video. Camden, will Isaiah Pacheco make the Chiefs' 53-man roster? I don't know. I mean, we were just talking about the running back room. Pacheco, 7th-round rookie out of Rutgers. I like him. I think he's versatile. I mean, could you line up in the slot some? Does he have that kind of ability? I'm not sure, but he certainly has some speed, and I think can give you a little bit of juice. But I think that we'll have to wait and see in terms of what his fit ends up being long term. So Isaiah Pacheco, I think, is on the roster bubble and will have to, fight for a roster spot. A few more questions here. If we trade Brown, would you trade him for another tackle or a defensive player or just picks? Talk about Orlando Brown trade. I'm only trading Orlando Brown for a really good pass rusher. That's the only thing I'd even consider. And even then, I don't want to trade him. I would prefer to keep Orlando Brown. If it's picks, I would want at least a first-round pick. But even then, the only way you trade him is if he decides all of a sudden, I want out and requests a trade. I don't think either side is ready for that. Kevin Gonzalez, with a lengthy rotation in the receiver room, do you see anyone running away with the number 1 spot? It's hard to say. Now, as we're filming this, Justin Ross has been placed on IR, according to Tom Pelissero, but we'll talk about the rest of the receiver room. I don't really, Kevin. I don't. And Juju's probably got the best chance to do that because he's kind of done it before, but unless Sky Moore can show he can be that as a rookie, Hardman's not a number 1. I think we know that. Valdez-Scantling's a deep threat, but I don't think he's a true number 1. So, no, Kevin, I don't really think so. I think it's going to be more of a, spread the ball around type of thing. Potato on point, who is going to be our starting running back? I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire from the beginning of the season, but you signed Ronald Jones, who's been a starter before. Jarrett McKinnon's been a starter before, even for this team, which is what we saw in the playoffs. He played really well as this team's starter. You got Derek Gore, Isaiah Pacheco. So, yeah, I mean, I think it'll be CEH to start, but that leash will be fairly short. I think the Chiefs have some good depth at the running back position. They'll be ready to go in a different direction. So we'll ask you this question. Will Isaiah Pacheco make the final 53-man roster? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in right now in the comment section of this video. Y for yes or N for no. Be sure to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram at HGramNFL, at HGramNFL. That's where you can find me on social media for other training camp news and notes and overall NFL and Chiefs thoughts as well. So give me a follow at HGramNFL. That's at HGramNFL. Appreciate all your questions on today's mailbag.